The Alpha Men Podcast is presented by Garage Door Commander. Fueled by a hell of a lot of PBR. And produced by TJ Michaels Creative. Narrated by Jamie Dennis. Graphics by Sven. Dedicated to Hendrik the Viking Poulsen. 2023, all rights reserved.
Seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engines running. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
You ever notice how men are portrayed in movies and TV shows? Tired of seeing men portrayed as dopey Homer Simpson clones? Tired of the attack on men? Tired of the woke labeling everything as toxic agenda? Tired of the wussification of the American male? Well, then you're in the right place. Look, we love and respect women around here, but the truth is, we're wired differently than the female species. And if there can be a place where the chicks can get together on TV every day, like that awful program The View, we figured there should be a place where guys can be guys, and we're capable of creating an equally horrid program. So get ready. This is a celebration of man. Because after all, who built the Empire State Building? Who built a rocket and landed on the moon? Who created the very computer algorithm that allows you to find this show?
That was created by Ada Lovelace, a woman.
Okay, great. Credit where it's due. But I think we can all agree the algorithm sucks. Who created the automobile? The Egyptian pyramids? Who stormed the beaches of Normandy? We don't talk about feelings here. We will question the validity of your man card. We're not politically correct, and we'll stand up and fight back against a culture that's determined to transform us into a bunch of neutered pansies. This is your weekly dose of toxic masculinity, a show created by men for men. This is the Alpha Men Podcast. And now, two men who don't own a pair of skinny jeans between them, TJ Michaels and John Stacy.
And welcome into the Alpha Men Podcast, episode 4, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I think. I don't know. I'm TJ Michaels. Welcome, Alpha Men. My partner in crime is John Stacy. He comes from Trinity, North Carolina. I, of course, am in Barrie, Vermont, and we are set to go. We got a great show for you tonight. How are you, buddy?
Pretty good, you?
Well, we're dry. We were dry for most of the day today.
Really?
It keeps raining, though. My grass is like 2 feet high right now. I don't know how I'm gonna ever. Honestly, I don't know how I'm gonna mow it. Like my mower is not gonna go over that. I'm gonna have to mow it like 7 times to get it done. But
how's the damage come along up there?
You know what? Things are moving along. A lot of people pitching in. A lot of people helping. Salvation Army here, Red Cross here. I can't think of the Southern Baptists are here. FEMA's here. All kinds of people here. A lot of people helping. And a lot of businesses coming back, and you know what? It's really nice to see everybody pitch in and help and get this thing turned around. So
that's awesome.
We want to welcome you to the Alpha Men Podcast. And listen, if you want to know more about what we do, you can go to our website. It is alphamenpodcast.com. And crazy, there's a merch store up there, isn't there? Yeah, absolutely. There's all kinds of Alpha Men gear there. We've got some great designs, and it all comes from TJ and John Need More Money Enterprises. Yes.
Facts.
An offshoot of this program. But we don't get paid to do this. We do it primarily for fun. And that's one of the ways that you can support the show. The other way that you can is to like and subscribe. In fact, liking and subscribing is the best way to support the show because it helps us grow. And that is the overall a goal, is it not?
It is. That's how we get the word out.
We have a big birthday today. Is that what I'm understanding?
Well, it was a couple days ago, but we were busy. So
happy birthday,
Ricky
Bobby, 52.
Well, Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellence.
One of the NASCAR greats.
Legend.
That's all there is to it. Happy birthday to Ricky Bobby. Yeah, we were just talking, John, about people pitching in and helping here in Vermont. Of course, if you're watching from outside the Green Mountain State, or maybe you're watching from North Carolina or Massachusetts, or maybe you're watching from California, we have been inundated with really, really bad flooding here in Vermont, and we're watching all the emergency services people run around, and
Yeah.
most of them are volunteer in rural Vermont. We have some paid firefighters,
Yeah.
in the city that I live in, but just out on the outskirts, everybody's volunteer. And so, in seeing all of these folks and how hard they've been working over the past week to get the roads fixed up, and all of the things that needed to happen, search and rescue, and everything else. I mean, there were people that were stuck. We thought this week, Man of the Week should be, well, a firefighter. And the guy's name is Jonathan Vero. He is 39. He is a firefighter and a fire stunt artist based in Lille, France. And this week, he received 2 Guinness Book of World Records. Jonathan, for the fastest 100-meter sprint while on fire and the longest run while on fire. Dude, this guy, all right, ran. You see the picture of him there.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Flame engulfed 100-meter sprint in 17 seconds. He ran 272.25 meters in total. That beats both previous perspective records of 24.58 seconds and 204.23 meters. Guinness just sent the firefighter his official certificates this week, and according to the part-time fire eater, he might have a few more fiery world records in the bank that he's going to go after. Now, to guard himself, this guy, you work in NASCAR, John. This guy, they have fire suits and all of that other stuff. He gets a little, he gets a little more serious about it.
Yeah, he's toasty.
He has 3 layers of protection. Okay.
Yep.
First, flame-resistant sweatpants and a long-sleeve tee covered in a special, what they call a naked burn gel. That's not what you think it is, okay? All right. Over that, a layered jumpsuit, also smeared with the flame-managing gel. And then he puts a mask over his face. And finally, he puts on his fire suit, including his gloves and boots. That's pretty clunky stuff to be running a 100-meter dash in.
Oh, God, yeah.
Honestly, it makes the speed and the distance he ran pretty impressive.
It's almost a pit stop in NASCAR speed. It's a little slow, but
it really is.
Pretty close.
Thankfully, his colleagues and fire professionals joined him at the track, so for safety, as well as onlookers. And with all those layers, though, he says he still did get hurt. He burned his back and his hammies, some hamstring burns. But he says he threw some lotion on it. He's a man. He's feeling
He is
better
a
in a
man.
couple of days.
I would not catch myself on fire to run for a record. No.
Yeah. Congratulations to Jonathan Vero, our man of the week this week on the Alpha Man podcast. And my cat's in the frame, walking across the. Look at that.
Hi, kitty.
Can you tell this is a live show? Coda. Come on, buddy.
But that's pretty impressive, though, to run for that distance with all that weight while on fire. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
That's insane.
This week's sign of the coming apocalypse. Yes, because we're all doomed, right?
That's a worm.
That's all there is to it. Take a look at that thing. They want you to be on the lookout for that thing. It is an earthworm on steroids. Okay. That thing right there can jump a foot in the air and shed its tail.
What?
Okay?
Wait, well, hold on. Like out of the ground or just...
Yes, out of the ground. All right? And they are potentially invasive worms that have people in Door County in Wisconsin really kind of digging for answers. The city of Sturgeon Bay and Door County, they have an invasive species team there, confirmed that they have spotted some of these Asian jumping worms. That's what they're called.
I'm going to Wisconsin next week.
Well, there you go. You need to stay away from the Asian jumping worms.
Oh, okay. No. I'll make, when you're a kid digging up worms for fishing,
mm-hmm.
just get a net, try to catch them.
Yeah. Some indeed do look like jumping worms, and they say, can you tell this is a live show?
Yeah.
Coda. Jeez, for the love of Pete, get out of here. I love my pets, but holy cow. Only time he wants to have anything to do with me. He's a camera cat or something. I don't know. But they say some of the worms resemble some of the more average red wigglers somebody might, throw in a compost pile. But the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources say the jumping worms get their name from their behavior. When disturbed, they thrash and spring into the air and can even shed their tails to escape.
That's crazy.
That's nightmare fuel right there, man.
I've never heard of anything like that. You just imagine that walking through, like, whatever, this comes up, hits you in the leg. What is that? Oh, it's a worm.
Of all the things we have to worry about, now I got to worry about Asian jumping worms. Our next sign of the coming apocalypse comes to us from a person claiming to be a time traveler.
Oh, God.
He says, we will soon discover living megalodons and parallel universes. And this person is at Darkness Time Traveler on TikTok.
Oh, I've seen this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he says, by the end of the summer, we will discover a parallel universe, living megalodons, and a centaur created at Area 51. All right.
Like the big sharks.
Centaur? No, centaur isn't centaur like a half horse, half man? Isn't that a centaur?
Yeah. But what, is it Magadon, whatever, a big horse? Or a big horse, a big shark?
A megalodon? Yeah, I believe so, yeah. Anyway, I would like you to know that Darkness Time Traveler from TikTok claims to be from the year 2858. Okay.
So we're still alive. That's good.
And I have his schedule of pronouncements here, kind of the calendar, if you will. All right.
Okay.
So he says August 19th, a team of scientists accidentally discover a portal to a parallel universe. That's going to happen, according to him.
Where does he go?
He's already been there. All right. August 26th, 4 megalodons are discovered in the Marianas Trench. And they would be ancient sharks. Huge ancient sharks.
So you're saying Ocean Gate's back in business?
Well, maybe. I don't know. September 22nd, the first centaur is successfully created at Area 51. And September 30th, phase 1 of Project Integration. That does not sound good. Is completed at Area 51, where humans and animals are merged. Phase 2
going to go over well.
Begins the following week. So, hey, mark your calendars, okay? You say. Our final sign this week of the coming apocalypse comes to us from Pepsi. They have created a soda infused with ketchup.
Really? That's gross.
All right. Nobody was asking for this, okay?
I bet you somebody in Canada did.
Pepsi is jumping into the ketchup wars, the soda giant enlisting Cola Chup. That's what they're calling it. A Pepsi-infused ketchup. It's being released at 4 Major League ballparks this year. Pepsi teamed up again with the Culinary Institute of America to create ketchup with Pepsi as an ingredient. The 4 stadiums that will exclusively serve the Cola Chup are Chase Field in Phoenix.
Oh.
You know?
So it's ketchup with Pepsi in it, not Pepsi with ketchup in it.
Correct. Yankees in the Bronx, Target Field in Minneapolis, and Comerica Park in Detroit.
I could deal with that part of it. I could deal with the ketchup if you use Pepsi, but I could not do like.
Did you ever go into the grocery store and now we have like mayo chup and we have all of this, all of this stuff, and it's like, what? You can't mix 2 things together? You got to buy. That's how lazy we've gotten.
Yeah, I was just saying, Americans got pretty lazy. If there's not a screen on it, we don't use it.
Absolutely. Today's signs of the coming apocalypse on the Alpha Men podcast.
John's manly meme of the week.
All right. I failed on this. I couldn't find anything good.
Okay.
Nothing stuck to me. Then you sent me this, and I'm like, This is it.
Oh, you're gonna blame me?
Yeah, well, yeah, this is all you.
Okay.
But this is the way to go out. I'll let you read the description, and
Okay.
we'll show the picture.
Alrighty.
Here it comes. It's coming up.
The manly meme of the week comes from Facebook. This Pompeii man saw his entire world crumbling into fire and ash, and then decided to crank one out before facing eternity. Legend.
I mean, if you know it's over and there's nobody else around, you might as well go out with a bang.
Yeah, I guess so. Alrighty.
It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Well, it's kind of walking right up to the line there, isn't it?
No, there's never a line with me.
Manly meme of the week this week on the Alpha Men podcast.
Deliver the verdict. This is Mancourt. All rise. The sometimes Honorable T.J. Michaels presiding.
Oh boy, this one is something else.
I'm excited.
Mancourt, the case of the HR nightmare. It is docket number 071823, and Nick from Laconia, New Hampshire writes, Dear John and TJ, this one has got HR nightmare written all over it. I work with a girl whose hotness cannot be overstated. She knows it too. More guys than a few have been reprimanded for staring, commenting, or whatever at work. I've been very self-aware about what's going on with the other staff members and have been good at keeping things professional. I'm guessing that because of that, she feels that she can trust me because yesterday she approached me with something that made my head spin. She pulled me aside and told me that she had started an OnlyFans page.
What's the link?
And he doesn't put that in here.
Oh, well, I didn't
OnlyFans.
know this.
He wanted me to check it out and she wanted me to check it out and give my opinion. I politely declined, but now I can't get it out of my head. Was it some kind of trap? Why would she share this with me, considering how many people have gotten in trouble on the other side of this? What do I do? Should I report her? Should I go look at it and talk to her about it? It's generally messing with me. Nick from Laconia, New Hampshire. So, there you go. You can join the freak jury. You send your comments in. What do you think Nick should do? And I have that voice from that creature from Star Wars going in my head. It's a trap.
It's a trap. And I have the little devil on my shoulder going, just look once.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Here's the deal. I when it comes to your income and your standard of living,
Yeah.
that's a lot to wager. You know, you can roll craps or you can roll sevens on this one, and but the stakes are pretty high on what you're betting. You know.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I mean, I see your point of view on that.
So, especially, I'm looking at this from the perspective of being a dad with a family sport, which means I shouldn't be looking in the first place anyway, and wouldn't. Okay, but
I've never heard of OnlyFans. I don't know what that is.
I'm guessing Nick is a single man and a single guy, and I don't know, Nick. I look at the whole thing and I think if you're comfortable with your standard of living and what you make and you want to keep your job, you find a way to tiptoe around that thing. If you think, hey, she's worth it and I can get another job any day of the week, then
Haley says leave it alone.
Yeah, Haley writing in, leave it alone. All righty.
That's what she says.
That's what I would do. It seems like a trap to me. And the reason, I mean, if there wasn't the backstory of all the other guys that have gotten in trouble,
yeah,
and who knows, maybe she's setting you up and have set up all of those other guys just to advance herself within the company. And it's the easiest way to do it. I'm not a real big trust guy when it comes to, people who are not in my family or really close friends.
I'm glad you don't have OnlyFans.
Yeah, well, I don't have an OnlyFans. If you've got a problem that you can't solve and you want some advice from the Freak Jury or John and I on Man Court, you can go to alphamenpodcast.com and send us a line.
Every week this gets worse and worse. You're never suggesting a movie. You're never suggesting a movie again.
I don't know if I have the strength to do this.
Notting Hill, Titanic, now this. Next week I'm suggesting the movie because this is getting... I'm starting to feel a little...
Chick flicks are dumb this week. We look at the movie neither one of us has seen, but I can assure you both of our wives has, the 2012 blockbuster Magic Mike. And listen, make no mistake. Make no mistake, no man should ever watch this movie.
No. You see more guys' ass shaking than you ever seen in your life. It's embedded in my freaking skull.
Of course, just... this movie is playing to a completely female audience. We know that, right? It is the epitome of a chick flick, okay? It was awful. When John and I sat down to watch this teasing mom porn of a movie, I knew it was going to be awful. I really thought, before we even got started, it was inappropriate, though, for John to ask me if I had any singles.
Look at my wife writes. Oh, I'm watching Debbie Does Dallas later.
Okay. So, speaking of money, it cost $6.5 million to make this picture. It grossed almost $170 million. So here we go.
Holy
If you've never seen, yeah, and there's like multiple sequels of this thing. If you've never seen Magic Mike, we all know it's a male stripper movie, but most men have never seen it. We watched it, so you don't have to. You're welcome. And I'll preface this by saying the only male stripper content I have ever laughed at is the Chris Farley, Patrick Swayze, Chippendale skit from Saturday Night
hell
Live.
yeah, that's
a classic. But here's what the movie is about. Okay, it was about a tan. No, I'm kidding. There was this loser named Adam, who was played by Alex Pettyfer, who can't get a job or hold a job. So what does he do? He goes to one of these pay-under-the-table construction sites. And even though he knows nothing about construction, he lies. He's so dreamy, he gets the job. That's the bottom line. Yeah. Dude, measure twice, cut once, okay? And then, while he's on the job, he meets Channing Tatum, whom my wife adores. Okay? And I'll be honest with you. Channing Tatum is more responsible for ruining the man curve than any other man on this planet. I mean, that's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
Channing's character is Magic Mike, who is a roofer by day, and bow chicka wow wow, he's a male stripper at night. Okay? In fact, this streaming pile of estrogen is loosely based on Channing Tatum's experiences as a male exotic dancer before hitting it as a big movie star. Okay? But I hate to break it to you, ladies. Regardless of what the movie is about, you can clearly see Channing Tatum's wedding ring on his finger when he crosses in front of the camera after getting out of his truck when arriving at the construction site. I'm just saying. Okay? As I say in Notting Hill, whoopsie daisy.
Whoopsie daisy.
So Magic Mike takes out...
I actually said that at New Hampshire.
Did you really?
I dropped a battery. I was like, whoopsie daisy. And then the other guy I was working with, John, looked over at me like he didn't say nothing, but I think he knew. So he's seen Notting Hill.
Yeah. So Magic Mike takes Adam under his wing, and that leads Adam the loser to the stage to join the Kings of Tampa Male Dance Review at the exquisite male strip club run by, all right, Matthew
I was surprised he was in there. I didn't expect him to be in there. I was like, wow.
Matthew McConaughey's character is named Dallas in the movie, and now here's the deal. I don't know if it's a law or what, but nowadays...
Your wife knows.
Yeah, right. Nowadays, if you cast Matthew McConaughey in a movie, it's like a law that he has to say, all right.
It's
Every
his
movie
trademark.
does it, yeah. So now Mike has women falling all over him. He's the life of the party. But no, that's not good enough for Channing Tatum. What he really wants to do is recover crap from the beach and make custom furniture out of it. This is believable, right?
Yeah, I believe
You're a
the whole
male
movie.
stripper in a strip club, right?
Yeah,
You got women fawning over you every single night.
it happens to me often.
You live a life of parties and everything else. Man, I've got over that. What I really want to do is pull junk off the beach and make custom furniture. Yeah, right.
Oh God.
Now enter all the side plots that really don't work and never get resolved. Adam has a sister. Magic Mike, of course, falls in love with her. He's trying to start his furniture business. He doesn't have any credit. They want to move the strip club to a beachfront property in Miami because that's where the cash is. And apparently Tampa is not the male strip club capital of the world. Who
Where
knew?
it is?
Right. Not Miami. That's where they want to go.
Oh, gotcha.
But dude's doing all right at Exquisite. I mean, he's a stripper, right? He's making a ton. $1 at a time, but he's making a ton. All right.
I've paid enough strippers in my time. I know they made some good money.
And here's the deal. He's Channing Tatum. You want me to feel sorry for this guy? Seriously? No way. Now, I do have to say one thing. Okay. This movie made me seriously question the half gallon of Rocky Road I was plowing through while I was watching it. Okay. Actually, it made me question every single thing I've ever eaten in my lifetime and the associated lack of exercise. So, yeah. Expect flashy dance scenes, which I can say are disgusting. All right.
I actually have something for that.
Yeah. Can we run the clip?
You want to see it?
Not really. No.
Yes,
go
you
ahead.
do. You
No,
picked it.
go ahead. Run the clip.
You're not just stripping. You are fulfilling every woman's wildest fantasies. All right? You are the husband that they never had. You are that dreamboat guy that never came along. You are the one-night stand, that free fling of a that they get to have tonight with you on stage and still go home to their hubby and not get in trouble because you, baby, you made it legal.
I just puked a little bit.
And here's the deal. I managed a place called Skip's Restaurant and Lounge in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania for a couple of years.
Male strip club?
No, but it was a nightclub venue that had two bars under one roof. You paid one cover. One side was a live band. The other side was a disc jockey. But there were times we had the all-male dance review come in.
Yep, same as...
And I know, John, you bounced for many years.
Yeah.
And he's still a big fat guy, so he still bounces. But it's kind of a different thing.
I've retired from the bars, yeah.
But I know you bounced here in Central Vermont, a place called Gusto's.
I've pretty much every bar in Central Vermont I've bounced.
Do you remember when you would bring the all-male dance review to the bar?
Yeah. It was... flashbacks are hitting me right now.
When we did male dance reviews at the place I managed, I had to put 4 extra bouncers on staff on that night because the women, hands down, out of control, were far worse than any male brawl that ever anything that ever happened in the establishment.
Oh, they would get loaded and start grabbing stuff. Then the dancers would like, stop. Then we have to throw them out.
Unbelievable.
So mad. It was. I got clawed a couple times throwing them out. I mean, come on, let's go. And they're just mad. I just want to watch them dance. I have money. I don't care what you got.
So anyway, this movie, some flashy dance scenes, which are really disgusting. Okay, but apart from that, it fizzles. And I don't know if you felt this way, but it's boring. Like,
very boring.
They sit around on a boat for half of the movie drinking beer.
Yep.
Okay?
I
do that almost every weekend. No one has ever wanted to make a terrific TJ movie. Okay? I'm just
terrific TJ. Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying. Apart from that, I guess this is when they're on the boat and they're drinking beer, the part where you're supposed to connect with the characters.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not connecting with anybody in Aspen.
I didn't connect with anybody.
Okay. I'm not connecting with anybody in assless chaps, okay? That's just all there is to it. But a lot of this movie tries to show you that these guys they're just regular people. When they're not, they're male strippers, for crying out loud. You know?
Strippers are people too.
They get away with this with the female audience because of the sheer amount of eye candy on the screen. It's ridiculous.
You
But
said eye candy.
guys, we don't care about the dudes when they're drinking or when they're dancing. I mean,
No.
that's all there is to it. They were on the sandbar in this movie for what felt like 2 days. And there is, I swear to you, there is zero chemistry between them. It's like they read the script once and then they sat them all down and said, okay, deliver the line. And they said it once and it was like, that's a take.
It feels like us sometimes, though.
Well, again, eye candy. Doesn't matter if it sucks. $170 million. Right?
So what's the rating?
So other than the male dancing, there's the love story. Okay? Magic Mike and this kid that he's taken under his wing, his sister Brooke.
Yep.
She's trying to protect her brother Adam from the underbelly of the male stripper world. Underbelly might not be the best choice of words here, but wait for it. They fall in love, okay?
Really?
And Brooke is cute, but she's pouty, she's moody. And the romance part of the movie, they're you do not believe watching this movie that Brooke and Magic Mike are in love. There's like zero, like the rest of the cast. There's zero chemistry. Okay,
I felt it.
So you did not.
No, I didn't.
I know you didn't. So here's the deal. This whole movie, this whole estrogen-fueled setup, in the end, is a story about a guy hooking up with another dude's sister.
So he's
That's it.
He's from Vermont.
I don't know, but but the guy in me goes, okay. In the beginning, they're roofers, right? They're building a roof.
Yeah.
They never go back to the construction site. Did they get the roof built? Did the roof come in under budget? You know what? I think they stiffed the guy that had them build the roof.
It's still a couple.
Wait a minute. Stiffed is probably not the best choice of words here, but that's what I want to know. and look, it's why Magic Mike can't build his damn furniture store. He just starts projects and he never finishes them.
You must be married.
So it brings us full circle, okay? This is a mom porn tease movie with a couple of dance numbers in it.
A mom.
It could have been worse, though.
That's pretty good.
Okay? Could have been worse. I do have to admit, I'm glad it wasn't the full Monty. All right? We didn't watch that. Matthew McConaughey got an Oscar nomination for this unbelievable pile of crap, which means only one thing. Doesn't matter if the movie's good if you're Matthew McConaughey and assless chaps. Right? I think I'm going to be sick.
I'm not agreeing with you.
Okay? The worst part of all of this is they have made multiple sequels of this garbage, right? They made the next one was called Magic Mike XXL.
We're not watching that next time.
And I hope that's because all the dancers got fat and old.
Fat Bodies. I could do that.
My breath.
I could do that show called Fat Bodies.
Right.
I got that covered.
Well, listen, there is a certain segment of the patrons that visit the all-male dance review that are looking for a fuller figured guy. I'm just saying.
You calm down there.
All right, let's rate this abomination. Now, there is a fair amount of nudity in this movie.
Not nudity we like.
From both genders, though. There's some boobs, but
there is, but
when you got to sit through a bunch of naked and half-naked guys dancing to "I Want to Be a Cowboy," it's totally not worth it, you know.
Yeah.
Using the adult beverage movie rating scale, best movie score is a 30-pack of PBR. Worst is one warm White Claw that's been rolling around in your effeminate buddy's Prius for the last 3 weeks.
That's that one.
No, I'm going to give this one warm Natty Daddy. Okay?
Like sitting on the hood of a car warm or in the car?
Hood. The hood.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can feel that going down. I've drank some.
Yeah, I'm not into it.
Is cigarette butt in it?
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good rating.
I'm ready for it.
I didn't make one for you, but
Chick flicks are dumb. That's Magic Mike on the Alpha Men podcast.
amen.
Who needs a foot in the ass? The Alpha Men podcast presents
My foot into this thing called your ass.
the Red Foreman Awards.
You dumbass.
Red Foreman Awards, we hand them out every week to the people who need.
Dumbass.
It was delayed. It was my fault. I wasn't paying attention.
A foot in the ass.
Sorry, hold on.
We'll have a classic case of foot stuck
we
in
start
ass.
with a 21-year-old Alonzo Terrazzo from Chicago.
All right.
Who crashed his car while speeding away from cops, all while telling them not to embarrass themselves. So this kid in Chicago covered his license plate with the message, "Don't embarrass yourself, CPD." He then, while running from them, crashed into an oncoming car while speeding away from cops this week. Officers attempt to pull him over from a minor traffic violation. However, the strips of tape with the message on the car had cops kind of puzzled. It obscured his license number. He continued to drive, blew through 2 red lights before finally slamming into another car crossing the intersection. As for why he put the tape message over his plate, the 21-year-old said it was because he didn't want them running his number. This guy's thinking. Yeah.
Dumbass.
He's gonna. It's a target.
His bail is set at $25,000. He's been hit with multiple charges, including aggravated fleeing and eluding, causing bodily injury, and driving an uninsured vehicle causing bodily harm. Our next Red Foreman Award tonight, and the envelope, please, goes to 17-year-old Rory McInnes. Now, there you see Rory on the screen.
Is that
He had a brilliant idea. He got himself a can of white spray paint and artistically drew a 60-foot dong on the top of his house.
Oh.
With the hopes that he'd eventually see it show up on Google Maps. Now, a year later, it hadn't, but it's a secret that he still kept to himself. He wasn't going to tell his parents. That was until a helicopter flew over his home, and the chopper's pilot doubled back to make sure he'd seen what he thought he'd seen. Then he took a picture and gave it to the local police. Shortly thereafter, a reporter showed up at the door of his house, and Rory's father was asked about the giant penis atop his house.
Where the hell do you find these stories? Holy crap.
When dear old dad asked his son about it, Rory excitedly screamed, "You finally found it!"
Dumbass.
The kid had to paint it over, but it seems like it was all worth it to him. And, well, congratulations, Rory. You get yourself a Red Foreman Award this week.
Dumbass. You dumbass.
Finally, we head to Florida, because Florida is a barren wasteland of no dumbasses, right?
No, it's full of
Florida is a place where it's loaded with dumbasses. And our next recipient of the Red Foreman Award this week is Giselle Robinson. She was arrested in Florida by police earlier this week. They allegedly found her in a parking lot of Dollar General store being photographed in the nude by a pair of juveniles.
Oh, boy.
Yes, she was selling the photos. Robinson went to the store wearing just a towel and with a can of Four Loko in her hand.
Oh, that explains it all right there. Four Loko ruined your whole life. That's like liquid meth.
Supposedly, she told the officer that walking around wearing just a towel is normal to her, and that she was too lazy to put any clothing on. And apparently, selling naked photographs to juveniles is also normal to her, too. Now, she's going to normally be in jail.
Dumbass.
I think she deserves the old...
Or you'll have a classic case of foot stuck in ass.
The Red Foreman Awards this week on the Alpha Men podcast.
There's nothing more manly than motorsports. These are John's red flag moments.
All right. I didn't have to dig far for this. I was looking around. Sometime we're going to have some good wrecks in the NASCAR. But right now,
We had a couple this week, but they weren't, it's New Hampshire. They're not going to get wild at New Hampshire.
Kyle Busch got beat up a couple times during practice, then during the race.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch any F1, so I couldn't tell you anything about that. But I found this older clip. I've never seen it before, surprisingly. But this breaks down speed, safety, and stupidity.
That has to be over in Europe. That is the way they do things in Europe. Okay? And it's the way they do things in Mexico with like the Baja 1000. You ever see the pictures of the Baja 1000? No, these dune buggies are ripping past them. There's like people like a foot away from where, And
but they use a bicycle barrier for cars that are speeding down a track. I mean, you might as well just stand. You don't need the barrier. What's that going to do? It's just an extra piece of metal in your face.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's stupid. It's very stupid. I mean, in NASCAR, we have the safety barrier and a regular barrier, the concrete wall.
Sure.
Just plus the fence. So, I mean, there's triple protection. Stuff still gets through the fence occasionally, very rarely.
Yeah.
Here, you're a sitting duck.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be standing next to the bike fence. I'd probably be up on the hill.
Yeah, I'd feel a little more comfortable up there.
At least 50 yards away or something,
Yeah. I mean,
that way, if it does start coming your way, you have time to like roll in another direction.
Yeah, I don't think there's much time in that, but yeah, it's freaking crazy.
What other show has a sports segment called Your Team Sucks?
Us, because we hate each other's teams.
There is sports news this week, and multiple reports say the NFL has decided to make the New York Jets the focus of next season's Hard Knocks television show. Many in the league aren't fans of having the show shooting, especially during training camp. It is a distraction. They're trying to get around for the season, get everything going in the right direction, and now you got cameras and a production crew and all of this.
It's the Jets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is a thing they call the Hard Knocks curse. Okay. And most of the teams who have participated in the Hard Knocks program have not done traditionally well. Since Hard Knocks became a thing, 18 teams have participated. Of them, only 8 have gone on to win, have winning records for the season. Of those, 7 have gone on to the playoffs. And the NFL has a certain kind of criteria, right? For selecting the team that's going to be featured on Hard Knocks. Among the criteria is the fact that any team that's made the playoffs in the last 2 seasons has the ability to opt out if they choose. So if you're successful in the NFL and the NFL comes to you and says, "Hey, we want you to do Hard Knocks," you can say, "Yeah, no, I'm good."
The Jets will have a say.
The Jets, however, forget about the Hard Knocks curse.
Yeah.
They've had a curse on them since Joe Willie Namath. All right, that's all there is to it.
I'll give the Jets credit though. Over the last 2 seasons, they have built.
They're getting there.
They built a really good offense line. I'm not sure about their defense, but I mean, I think Hard Knocks is going to knock them back.
Best team in green is still dilly. Let's go Philly. That's all there is to it.
No, it's Cowboys blue.
Jake Paul.
Oh, this one.
The YouTube boxer. I don't know what he is anymore. I just, he's now wrestling in the WWE too.
Everybody does that.
He's just doing everything.
Found Brock Lesnar.
A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about this Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk cage match, and that they both had agreed to do it. And now there's some serious money being ponied up ponied up to make that cage match happen between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. Jake Paul, who owns MVP Promotions, says he's got backers in the Middle East who are willing to host the fight for $100 million. I feel
Holy
like Dr.
crap.
Evil. $100 million. Yeah.
That's a lot of freaking money for a fight.
He says it's guaranteed money. And if the two filthy wretch tech nerds are willing to go to the Middle East, promote the fight, and then slug it and slug it out, they can kick it out for charity.
Okay, because I was like, these guys don't need $100 million. Neither one of them. For charity, that'd be cool. But they better be a real fight. I don't want to see, some soft hits. I want to see some full blows for $100 million.
I still think Jake Paul is paying off all these boxers he's fighting. I really do. I just
like I said,
they all have tax problems. They've all like, and then he gets in the ring with them, and all of a sudden he's knocking them out, and boom, they're $40 million richer.
You want to fight him?
No.
For $40 million?
Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Would I fight him?
Yeah.
No.
For $40 million?
Dude, I'm a lover.
I would jump right in that ring. Right? $40 million? You knock my teeth out. I don't give a crap. I'll sit there after with a pair of vice grips, popping teeth out. Just like $40 million. Go ahead. Well, I don't care. I'll take one from Mike Tyson for $40 million.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
You're not a lover.
Anyway, your team sucks. That is the Alpha Men on Sports tonight on the Alpha Men podcast.
That scares me.
This is a dangerous place. All right, I'm going to tell you right up front.
I'm nervous.
It's a dangerous place. These are the things I think about when I can't go to sleep at night. Like, somewhere out there is the richest homeless person.
Okay.
If you think about it. We all have at one time kicked a pregnant lady.
Who? How? Oh, well played.
Q-tips may be the only product where everyone just agrees to ignore the manufacturer's warnings.
That's facts.
All shoes are slip-ons if you're in enough of a rush.
All right.
Crabs must look up and think fish are flying.
What do you take before you start thinking?
Nothing is on fire. Fire is on things.
That's true. We all knew that one.
And lastly, scratching an itch is not the same thing as itching a scratch.
Whoa. Okay.
You ever see Revenge of the Nerds?
Yes.
What if the word cat
but
really meant dog? Wow, that's deep, ogre.
So you're laying in bed thinking of these things.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Do you say this stuff out loud?
I don't sleep a lot. No, I don't. I sleep about 2.5 hours a night, maybe 3 tops.
Well, you need to figure out sleep because your thoughts are pretty effed up. I mean, I don't think about stuff like that. I think about, I don't know what I think about now.
Food.
Ooh, food. Good call.
There
what
you
are
go.
Drinking? Drinking pee?
No, it's a Teddy's cream soda. This is not a paid endorsement.
This is Jack and Coke.
There you go. That is inside my brain tonight on the Alpha Men podcast. All right, John, we're going to test your knowledge of real or fake news. I'm going to give you 3 headlines.
Okay.
You are going to tell me which of these stories is real. Only one of them is.
All right.
Woman on TikTok claims she can prove late husband was reincarnated into a rescue dog. Okay, that's headline number 1.
Possible. I've heard stories.
Headline number 2. Man claims he's had chip implant in brain to control his dreams.
You sure it's you? Not you.
Okay. And the last headline, again, 2 of these are fake. Only 1 is real. Texas woman confined to wheelchair, now the world's longest toenails, has the world's longest toenails that prevent her from walking.
Ew. I just saw that.
Yeah. It's not something you talk about at the dinner.
Is there some? Yeah. Why you in a wheelchair? Well,
I refuse to cut my toenails.
I have a hard time reaching my feet, but I can still do it.
All right, so you got women on TikTok who says she can prove her late husband has been reincarnated into a rescue dog.
I believe it a little bit. Okay.
Man claims he's had a chip implant in his brain to control his dreams. Or finally, Texas woman confined to wheelchair now has the world's longest toenails that prevent her from walking.
God. I'm going to go with Haley on this, the toenail.
That's, as Donald Trump would say, fake news.
Fake news. I'm going to find a sound cut for that.
Right. The real story?
Yeah.
A researcher in Kazakhstan says he implanted a chip into his brain in a surgery he did on himself with paper clips and a drill.
By himself? Holy shit. Sorry. Holy crap.
Michael Raduga isn't a doctor, yet he underwent the grotesque experiment to see if he could control his dreams while sleeping.
Oh.
He has no background in neurosurgery. He says he lost a liter of blood while performing the brain operation on himself. Raduga apparently figured out what to do by watching neurosurgery YouTube videos.
But how? How did he get through his skull without passing out?
I don't know. He said he did practice on 5 sheep. Shocking footage of the experiment involves paper clips and a drill from a hardware store. So why would he undertake this Frankenstein-like task? For many people, it would be some sort of entertainment. Now, that's not why he did it. He says, imagine a paralyzed person who cannot experience anything in his life, and now we find a way to help him get into a lucid dream where everything is possible. Eat something, do something interesting, have sex. It's unclear if this experiment worked. However, there's a fear Raduga could suffer long-term complications from his DIY procedure. Here's the deal.
Holy crap. That's gotta
DIY hurt. Is okay if you're like putting new sheetrock up.
Finishing a roof.
DIY is all right if you're doing some tile work in the bathroom.
Yeah.
DIY is probably not a good idea if you're doing brain surgery. Just saying.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
So the picture obviously you put here is he's still alive.
He's still alive. Yeah. And that thing in his skull is apparently the chip that he's put into his brain.
Holy! All I can think about is that drill just etching through your skull.
Yeah.
The pain man. What do you do for pain management?
I don't know.
Oh my god!
Probably watched Magic Mike.
This one I'm kind of excited about. I've never tried it, but it looks cool.
All righty. Beers on tap tonight. This particular beverage comes to us from the Goose Island Beer Company. It is called Tropical Beer Hug. And there's a picture of it on the screen there, but I'm holding it. John's got one too. And here's the deal. This particular beer is made in Chicago. All right. And it is 9.9% alcohol per volume.
Whew.
It is a Imperial IPA. And what they say about it, it is super juicy and bursting with tropical flavors. Just the thing to accommodate a swing in the hammock. It says it is a beach vacation for your taste buds. I don't know if you can read that right there.
I just read it for the first time.
But
question.
Yeah.
This is the Alpha Man podcast, right?
Yep.
Every beer you pick out is an IPA.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a man bun?
No.
You should.
No, I don't.
Now we're going to drink a fruity beer. I mean, I'm
Here's the
nervous.
deal. You're in North Carolina.
I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to be there with West.
And I'm in Vermont. So what we do every week, I got to try and find something that is both available in Vermont and in North Carolina. And here's the other deal. Nobody, like, I love Labatt Blue.
Yeah.
Everybody's had Labatt Blue. Nobody wants to know what Labatt Blue tastes like.
That's true. I can't.
Right?
I see argument. All right.
Oh, that's a great sound.
I'm going to drink a fruity beer publicly on TV.
All right. There you go. 9.9% ABV. It has an IBU of 45. They say it is a light amber, and
it smells hoppy, man.
Does it? Yeah, it does.
Very hoppy. It smells like the Heady Topper almost. Cheers.
Cheers. It's very hoppy.
Very.
Very,
There's
very
no
hoppy.
fruit. There's no fruit. There's no tropical fruit.
I don't know that I taste fruit at all.
No, I'm eating fucking grass. Oops. I'm eating grass.
I taste hops.
No, second taste. That's gross. No.
I'm gonna try a second taste. Because I don't want to be,
All right, I'll go for a third. Nope. Don't like
That's
it.
not my thing. That's not my thing.
That was expensive beer to throw away.
I bought two of them.
Please. I just got one.
So, look, if you are into hop overload, which a lot of guys are,
The last 2 weeks of beers.
this is one of those. It is very, very hoppy. And this is a brewery that just started operating. It's a fairly Goose Island Beer Company is a company that started in 1988, so it hasn't been around a ton of time. But
You burp pretty
it's
good.
making me burp.
It's not gross. I'm gonna. It's
It's just not my thing.
It's
you know?
false. It's false advertising to me because tropical. I think instantly I'm gonna try. I'm gonna taste pineapple or mango or something.
Yeah, you expect. The thing is you expect to taste that tropical taste in it, and it's not there. What you're tasting is the citrusy hops. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
They just dragged a can through a field of wheat.
It is very, very, very hoppy.
It's worse than Heady Topper.
It is, I believe. Yeah, I think I think there's more hops in this than more hops that stand out in this.
I'm gonna give it a 5, just because it's not gross, but I'm gonna give it 5. 4.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you at 4.5. It's just not my thing. And yet I know there are people out there that are specifically looking for this kind of beer. And this is the kind of beer that these days wins awards. Because it's down.
It's a cool looking can. I mean,
it's
definitely If you scan all the beer cans, they're all pretty traditional. You see this one, you're like, huh.
I thought
Yeah,
it's
so-
beer hug at first. It says beer hug.
Oh, sorry. I need some whiskey to wash that down.
There you go. That is our on tap beer of the week this week from Goose Island Beer Company, Tropical Beer Hug.
4.5.
You can find it 6-pack can, 12-pack can, and the ever popular, 19.2, or as we call it, the man can.
Pounder. The pounders.
The man can, the tall boy. All right.
So we've covered a lot.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we covered a lot on this show.
We did. And,
next week's gonna be a little different because me going to fly out on Tuesday to Road America. So
right,
we got to prepare for me not being able to be on the show or recording, or we do it from my phone. So show might be a little different next week, more of like a remote.
Maybe we'll just come to you at Road America.
Come on over. It's an awesome place.
I think maybe we should do that. What do you think? Think we should do that?
Yeah, you come on over. Yeah.
We'll do that next week. We'll just have you do it from your phone.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Hey,
because
thanks for joining us tonight on the Alpha Men podcast. Have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday night at 8, right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. Take care.
Cheers.